Welcome to this episode of Neptune Novelties, where we dive into the world of imagination. Well, it's more fictional, but isn't a fictional world a cozier one? Well, it depends on what you read. This is actually a Christmas edition. It's about the magic of Christmas, a warm winter. So I guess I could call this episode a warm winter. In this episode, I'll be talking about A Very Addicted Christmas by Hasti and K.B Ritchie. Well, it's actually a spin-off of the Addicted / Calloway Sisters series and the Like Us series. First, I would like to read my favorite paragraphs, my favorite lines of the book. This time I have two. The first is when Lily and Lauren are talking to each other, and Lily jokes about aliens not wanting her, when Lo answers that they take one look at you and want you for eternity. And if you read the Addicted / Calloway series, you would know how much Lo loves Lily, and I think Lo is actually my favorite character. I would say ever, but that's not true. There is Archer Hale as well, but I just love Lo so much, and no other fictional guy could ever come in between me and Lauren. And well, I would like to mention that the entire series, it's all romance and fictional. But they are a little comic geeks as well. My second line is when actually it's from a character of Like Us series, which means one of the kids of the Core 6. But this is what the child of Rose and Connor said. There are some things I'll take to my grave. I'd rather full, I might need an extra coffin or two. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of their children. I think the way that they created their characters as teenagers and then adults, it just doesn't really capture me, and which is kind of sad because I really love the Core 6 and I've read all of the books of these series but not the Like Us series, and I really enjoyed reading the ups and downs of these three sisters, Rose, Lily, and Daisy, and their boyfriends, Lauren, Reich, and Connor. So I had high hopes for their children as well. Like, as kids, when they were born, because you could see some, there are some scenes of their children in the last books or so, and it's cute, yeah? But the way that the writers try to fit the kids as teenagers and even like as 10-year-olds and then later on as 20 something, I find that kind of upsetting because first of all, I really don't think that the Corsicks, that's how they would, treat their children, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just that they try to make the kids so cool and fit them into this whole hookup culture thing that I don't see any originality. And honestly, I was really hoping to love this book, but I had to skip a couple of chapters. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah. So if you read the Addicted Calloway Sisters series or the Leica series, or especially this A Very Addicted Christmas, tell me, what do you think? Honestly, I think it could have been so much better, especially I felt like the Corsicks, their characters are just stuck in that mid-20s characters because, in the Very Addicted Christmas, they are supposed to be like 30 something, 40 something, and then, in their early 50s, but the characters just didn't feel like that. But, there were some parts that I enjoyed. All in all, I would have liked if many things were different, but that's okay. In general, I just really love the Corsicks, and that's why I read that. But would I reread that? No. Unlike the Addicted series, I would not like to reread that book. And that's all that I could say for this book. If you are a writer and would like me to review your book, you can always email me, which you can find in the description. And I'm always open to hearing your opinions as well. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I wish you a happy December and Merry Christmas.